How did, Andy, how did you get through your sleepless? She does like so many wonderful things, volunteering, and she does hospice, and she like gives so much. Could you even imagine doing that? Like what it takes out of you to help people like that? Like I
Hmm.
can't. And it's like a helpline that you do as well. Is that Andy?
I work, or I don't work, but I volunteer for a program called Trauma Intervention Program, and we do 3 12-hour shifts a month, and we're on call from the sheriff department, police department, and fire department, and we get called out 95% of the time. It's when there's a death at the home, possibly a transport to the hospital, and our role is 100% just to be there with the family because either the medical examiner has to come or the fire department's there, the paramedics there, but they have their own duty and nobody's there with the survivors. And so we just go there, we have resources for them and we sit with them. And so, yes, last night I was on call and I ended up getting 2 calls. And so I got about 3 hours of sleep and
Oh my goodness.
was like, oh crap, this is going to be bad because, you're just tired. And like I posted on
And not
Facebook.
only that, all the extra stress you're taking in from being the support for, hurt and families. I mean, that's a huge amount of stress that you're dealing with.
It
Bless your
actually
heart.
isn't too bad. It's we have a really good training program, and because I've worked with hospice before and I took care of my parents or my grandparents when they were both sick, it actually just kind of falls into a really good wheelhouse for me. Not to say that I haven't had some difficult calls, but you do separate yourself from it. It truly is more just the physical tiredness of it. And so then trying to realize that I couldn't come home and have like a good old cup of coffee and, with my sleep creamer or whatever, it was just kind of like, crumb. And then it was cold here today too. So like kind of all you want is like to bundle up and have hot cocoa or, soup or, coffee or something. And so I had to
Where
just,
are you, Andy? If you
I'm
don't
in
mind if
Valley
I ask.
Center, which is, it's North San Diego County. We're up in the
Oh,
mountains, kind of by
okay.
like Palomar Observatory and
Mm-hmm.
everything. So we're there, and some sort of cold storm came through where the wind was just really cold, and it was just one of those blustery foo days where we just wanted to huddle under a blanket. I already had my pajamas on, like we were just like, yeah, let's not do anything today. So,
Right.
so yeah, so it was just a matter of okay, all my go-tos are gone, so let's do this.
Totally.
So now you just need to find new go-tos, and I'm glad you reached out. I'm sorry I wasn't there, but thank you, everyone. I love that everyone is responding and helping each other. I think that's so great. Did you do okay? Did you end up having to getting through it? And Andy, did
No,
you?
I did really fine. I had a big old fruit salad and my Alka-Seltzer, and I probably finished those around 11. And then I wasn't hungry, and I just kept drinking my water. I made a dandelion tea that had coconut in it, and that was my hot drink. So that worked. And then I forced myself to lay down, and I usually, like I said, I'm usually so tired, and I take like these obnoxious 3 hour naps, and I think I was asleep for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, having only gotten 3 hours of sleep during the night, and got up and went about the rest of my day, and then decided, yeah, it's time to just bundle up and start dinner and everything. So it actually went a lot better than I thought, and there's a lot of am I hungry? No, I'm not really hungry. Okay, well then, at like lunchtime, I really wasn't hungry. So I was like, well, then I'm just not going to eat anything, and I'll just keep drinking my water. And then it came, about dinner time, and I was like, well, let's eat before the meeting and go from there. So actually today went way easier than I thought it was going to, which I'm so glad.
Good.
Very happy. Just make sure you don't let yourself get hungry though, because you don't want to, get the low blood sugar or get to a point where you'll just eat anything because you got so hungry. And
Mm-hmm.
but I understand how you feel getting, or if you just sip on a little bit of Alka-Seltzer without the fruit too, just if you don't really feel like eating. But
Yeah, I forget. I made some hard boiled eggs, so I did have one of those when those were ready. and I think I had a handful of almonds, and that was kind of like that was it. So
Beautiful. Those are great protein to give you some energy boost, and that will last. That will just crash after some carbs or sugar. That's perfect.
yeah, and I don't feel crummy. Like I said, I've had like 5 hours of sleep in 36 hours, and I don't feel horrible. Obviously, something's working or whatever, but I try to be very clear every time I ate. Okay, why are you eating? Why are you eating? Are you really, really hungry? And I was like, no, not really. So what? Am I bored? Am I tired? Am I whatever? And then I would just walk away. Okay, go get some water. Just like water has been like my thing. Just go get some water. Get some water. Figure it out.
Good for you. Excellent. You're doing perfect.
Yay.
So proud of you. That's so great. After last night too, and you just pulled through the day and took good care of yourself, and and you're gonna sleep so good tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
And Andy, I think you're amazing.
Me too.
Oh, thank you.
What a beautiful person you are. Like, you are so selfless.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's not a lot of you out there.
Thank you.
That's for sure.
Also, Andy, could you
I
put
can
your
tell.
dandy? Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying, and you're humble.
Yeah.
I know.
You are.
I just wondered if you could put your little dandelion tea drink or whatever on the Facebook.
It's from that Ticino company that I posted before, but I'll post it again. And they make
Oh well, I could just check. I
yeah.
probably just didn't see
Yeah,
that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they've got great stuff, and dandelion fleshes you out too. So
Sure.
it's actually it's good.
Oh.
So, and they have different flavors, and they're all sugar free. So I already checked on everything. So.
And
You could put dandelion in the alkagizer too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fresh.
Yeah, it's kind of bitter, but I like it.
Yeah.
You said you put coconut milk in it? Is that what you said you put in it? Andy,
I didn't. I had coconut water, but I can't use it anymore because it had sugar in it. So now I'm just back to regular water. And I was considering putting the coconut chunk in it, but we talked last week and said that wasn't a good idea. So
I mean, you can eat it, just not like huge amounts of it.
Right.
And like right now, it's totally fine to eat. If we get into where we're like on a fat burning stage, we want to really be careful of our sugar. So that could help.
There's coconut water out there that doesn't have any sweetener in it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that too. But I'm not noticing a huge flavor change with the coconut water. So I think I'm okay going back to filtered water.
Mm-hmm.
Are you starting to get more of? Most people really were fine with it. Is it sweeter to you, or your taste buds changing? Are you noticing?
I wouldn't say that I love it. Like, it's not my go-to, but I'm able to get it down. By the end, you're kind of like so full and whatever. And today I was taking a bite of fruit, having a sip of it, and playing with those flavors and everything. But yeah, I don't mind having to have it every morning. So
nice, very good. Who wants to go next? Anybody want to volunteer? Come on, you guys are shy.
I made it through my sugar problem this afternoon. Remember, I put that on Facebook. Yeah.
Good.
I ate a piece of cheese and I drank a bunch of water, and then I realized I didn't probably even really need the cheese. I just needed to eat something. Like I wasn't even that hungry. I just wanted something. I wanted like chocolate or something, like crazy. Like I wanted something sweet, and I couldn't have any fruit, so I was kind of freaking out for a minute there. But got through it. I had that LaCroix water, and it doesn't have any. It just says water, and it's no sugar or anything. So I hope it's okay. You know which one I'm talking about?
LaCroix. It's got the bubbles. It's the bubbly water, though. So I don't know.
It's okay, right? It's okay right now. What does it have flavor though?
It has essence in it, like a little bit of flavor. But when you look at the ingredients, It just says water. Oh, carbonated water, natural flavor. But then on the sugars, it says 0.
That's
So what does
fine.
that mean?
That's fine right now. At some point, you'll probably have to get rid of it because you don't want anything
Okay.
that has natural flavors. Natural flavors are chemical
That's what
flavor
I figured.
with a tiny bit of
That's what I
natural
figured.
whatever.
That's why they can call it natural, because it has a little bit of
Exactly.
something natural.
But you're taking sugar out right now. You're okay to drink that. You're okay as long as there's no sugar in it and
Okay.
none of those funky sugar names that are hiding.
No.
Yeah.
I did accidentally, I took a bite of fried chicken and then I go, oh, and then I looked at the label and it said it had dextrose in it. And I had already swallowed it. So
Well, you caught yourself. That's okay. You're gonna make
Yeah.
mistakes. And
I can't believe, I mean, I just went through my fridge and threw out almost everything. Like all the sauces, I can't believe even in,
Yeah.
I bought some pretzel crisps for my daughter because she likes to take like turkey and cheese and crackers to school. And the second ingredient is sugar, and the fourth ingredient is another kind of sugar. I can't believe it.
in turkey, like those processed meats, turkey and all those, they almost have sugar in them too.
Yeah.
Right, I mean,
Crackers. Yeah. Yeah.
you eat bacon or a lot of sausages, you got to be super careful because a lot of them have sugar or brown sugar.
Yeah. I'm sure.
But there are some that don't. So just
Right.
looking and
Delete
ask
everything.
your these first couple days this week off sugar are you guys are going to have some ups and downs, and it's going to be hard at times. And you know, some of you might be having a little bit of withdrawal symptoms, headaches, or so don't be alarmed. And every time you convince yourself or you win out against the food devil, you're that much closer to being weaned off the sugar. Every time you say no, like Eric said, you
Sugar monster.
exactly. And when if you fall to it, then it's going to be that much harder, and you're going to have to start over again and wean your body from it. So you can just
We're
stick it out.
shrinking the sugar monster. Shrinking the sugar monster.
I mean, you're on sugar right now. You can eat all the fruit you guys want. Any kind of fruit, as much as you want. So you're getting your sugar fill. I know it's still really hard though, and you know, I watched a class today that Eric taught, and this woman just broke down crying. She was just so fighting it so hard, and she wasn't going to lose, and it was pretty awesome. I mean, she was hardcore sugar addict, major, and her fear. I mean, she was so honest. Her fear of thinking that no more sugar, she doesn't get to have it, and she wanted it so bad. The pull was so strong, and she is using all of her tools that she learned, and she was through it. And she said, I just had to have a little breakdown. I just had to let it out. And it was really cool because a lot of people identified with her and were glad that she shared that she was so honest, and that's how they felt too. There were quite a few people that felt the same way. They were terrified to not get to have sugar anymore. How are they going to eat? They don't cook. They don't, they're having to relearn everything. But the excitement and thrill of being healthy and feeling good, they wanted to learn and they wanted to do it. And that's how she was too. She was just so scared and frustrated. She just let it all out, and it was pretty cool. So if any of you are feeling that way, you're going to get through this. I mean, you're going to be fine, and you're going to learn how to make really great food that you will use the rest of your life. And I'm hoping this is a whole lifestyle change and not just, to feel good temporarily, go back to the bad habits. But I think that the way that he does this and all psychological, you're never going to change what you've already learned. That's always going to be in your head. So, and it's only going to get stronger and stronger. These last months are going to help you tune in and fine tune wanting this lifestyle and loving it so much and making it so easy that
Brian.
it's going to be awesome. Anyway, so I just want you all to know, don't freak out if that's how you're feeling. If you're like, how the heck am I going to do this? Because you're going to be able to do it. And you're going to look back and be like, dang. Go ahead, Corey.
No, I was just really, really surprised because I think I told you the other day, I was not stressing about, like, I was totally, now I did take the weekend. I think that I'm going to be one of those that's probably not going to start them on Saturday. Oops, I lost you guys. Hold on. Wait, there I am.
Take your voice way
Okay,
down.
sorry, baby.
Way too high. Because you're
Okay,
singing
Audrey, stop.
so
Stop.
high.
Got it. Got it. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll have to be very quiet now.
But that's perfectly
Stop
fine,
it.
Corey.
I'm on the phone with ladies. Stop. Okay.
No matter what,
Respect it.
no matter if you start right after the video on Friday or if you start first thing Monday morning, it doesn't matter. It's all whatever works for you, however you want.
Yeah, I think maybe it'll get easier and easier. I just decided, I knew on Friday when I found out what it was, I knew I was gonna wait until this morning. But anyway,
You're talking even more loud.
sorry.
Seriously, it's very annoying.
Okay. I guess I've spoken.
I'm right across the hall from you, and you're talking
Okay.
louder than anyone
Okay.
else I've ever heard.
Okay.
I can talk loud too. Real loud.
I was gonna say you haven't heard loud there.
But
Okay,
Mom,
I'm good.
you don't just humiliate me in front
Okay.
of people.
Go on, ladies. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm-
Andrea, you want to go?
Sure.
How did you start Saturday or Sunday or Monday?
Actually, I intended to, and then I'm not exactly sure what happened. I don't even know if I ate sugar or not on Saturday, but I know that I did on Sunday because I was laying around, and I really don't have any sweet things in the house right now for the most part. I mean, I'm sure there's some like tomato sauce in the or some of my sauces and things. I mean, I haven't gone through everything, but I did decide I was, Brian and I were binge watching a show, and I'm like, I'm gonna make some toast with jam. And I ate both of them, and it was sourdough, and I felt like I was eating this dry Melba toast, and it wasn't even that satisfying. So I ate it anyway because I knew I was going to start Monday. I'm like, whatever. But I had a hard time sleeping last night. I had like restless leg syndrome and all this stuff. But I think it was, I don't recall what I did, but I think I ate a bunch before I went to bed. But that was the only like sugary thing. I just like was eating snacks, but they weren't sugary. I mean, they were, whatever. So, but today I'm fine, and I just did my Alka-Geyser and had some fruit, and I didn't even really eat anything, and water, of course, and breathing. And I didn't really eat anything until like 3. I made up this, I chopped up cabbage, and I chopped up spinach, and I chopped up mixed greens, and then I put lemon all over them. And then I how I told you guys I went to the butcher and got the sausage with the chorizo without the sugar in it. So then I grilled that, and I grilled onions and garlic, and I put the onions and the garlic on my salad too. And I chopped up and avocado and cucumber, and then I put the crumbled chorizo on the top.
Yeah.
And so and I would have put salsa on or something like that. I just didn't have it. So I had a little bit of this red wine olive oil, and I just put that on my salad part. Anyway, ate that. And I realized, so that's where I'm at, and I had some tea, and I'm doing just fine. But I was like, gonna get on the video, and I looked at my Trident Original, which is my gum. I'm a gum chewer. I buy all the gums. I chew all the gums all the time, and I'm like, oh, I can't have any gum. I can't have hippie gum. Every gum has something.
No.
Yeah, there's xylitol, there's stevia, there's either sugar or there's the crap, the fake sugar that's in all the sugar-free. You could barely get a gum with like sugar nowadays. So
Right.
now there's no gum. I'm like, what am I going to chew? Nothing.
Stevia.
I'd chew on the side of my mouth. I don't know. I'm going to chew on some wax. So anyway, that was a bummer when I had that. And so then, but anyways, I think I'm going to be fine. I don't really have a sugar thing. I just like to snack when I watch television. That's the only thing. But I don't seem to be having a major problem. I find myself sitting there for quite some time without eating anything. But I did finish I've been buying pistachios because I like that I have to open them up and put them in my mouth. And I mean, I can devour a kind of way too many. But so now I'm already out of those. So I'm like, oh, great. So anyway,
That's my go-to snack.
Yeah. And you taught me that, Mel, because I used to not get pistachios. I used to eat like shelled peanuts or just but I like the pistachios. And then I found, okay, one more thing, and then I can move on. But I was traveling for a bit, and just a couple hours, like not anything fancy, not like fancy traveling. I just was going somewhere, and I wanted to get some pistachios, and I found the salt and pepper pistachios, and they were amazing. And then I went and I looked everywhere for them again. And when I finally found them, I think I found them at Costco in a huge bag, and I thought I hit the jackpot. Then I put on my glasses, sugar, there's all this like weird crap. It's not just salt and pepper. I was so devastated.
Yeah.
Thank God
And then
you
I'm like, oh well.
checked it before you just bought it. I mean, it's
yeah, because it was $17.
yeah.
And
could
then I
you
would have had
imagine
to
if you
like,
bought it? You're
yeah.
like, I can't even eat these.
Well, I would have had to eat them all over the weekend, 3 pounds. And then I'd have to be done. But so I didn't get those. I'm just going to do salted and roasted, and I can be totally fine with that. I like it. So that's where I'm at. I can't think of anything else. I'm trying to find like really awesome teas. So I have to go tea shopping. That's why I was interested in that one with the coconut. So I might do something with like coconut milk and some kind of robust something so I can have a hot, creamy treat kind of beverage, maybe at some point. But anyway.
Yeah, the coconut milk is sweet too. So it's kind of a sweet.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any sweetener in it.
No, but just the taste of it. I think coconut's pretty. The coconut
Bye,
milk.
Iris.
Bye, Ree. So
Okay.
one cool. Andrea and I are both like the crunchy stuff. So I love the pistachios, and they're so fun to eat. Not the pre-shelled ones, but the ones that still have the shells. And the cabbage too, that's a big thing that Andrew and I both love. It just adds good texture and crunch to your salad, or even like on top of soup. I bought this cheap little mandolin. I have like a nice one that my mother-in-law gave me that is so big I never take it out. I bought this little one that the top changes out to like a grater or a little mandolin. And I do veggies on it all the time, and it's so fun to get the different textures. But I do my cabbage on that. I've been doing that. It shreds it thin, but it's still crunchy, like on top of soup, or I do it in salads all the time. So I don't know.
And you can get a different effect too, because sometimes I used to shred it really thin, but then, sometimes I find it's like slapping me in the face or what, and it's just kind of, then I decided to chunk it up in little, and chop it. So I do that with the spinach too. So then I can put the spinach with the cabbage, because sometimes I don't feel like eating the big old leaves all the time. Just chop it up and then I can just, it's way easier to eat. And then I can mix.
Because Grandma used to slice up her salads, remember? That's why I think her lettuce.
She chopped it.
She chopped it but she always just the whatever, like the lettuce that she used, the
iceberg.
Always.
Right. So, but you know what our grandma did, you guys? So there'd be like 8. I know that I probably shouldn't go here, but they'd have like 8 or 9 or whatever. And she would make everybody, she'd line the bowls up and make individual salads. And that's all you got.
Yeah.
You just got your bowl of salad. And
And it was
that
like
was
this
it.
big.
Yeah. And there were these little white bowls and everybody, and she'd line them all up and everybody, she'd be making all the, instead of just putting a bowl of salad.
But
It
I
was
loved,
cute.
I mean, it was like
It
your
was
own
cute.
little treat.
Yeah, it was. very
Anyway,
cute.
so
Mhm.
play around with the textures of the foods too. That's really fun. I went to dinner with my husband on Valentine's Day, and there was this curry stuff, and it was so good. But on top, they had like, and I eat kale a lot. I roast it in the oven, but they had it on top of this like soup stuff. It was so yummy and beautiful. It had such a nice crunchy texture on top, almost like croutons, but only way better. So, you
Oh,
know,
it was roasted kale
mhm.
on the top of the
It
soup.
was on top of the stew. It was kind of a stew.
Mm.
It added such a neat, yummy texture and flavor to it. So play with your textures.
Cool. I'm done.
Nice. So you're fine. You're doing everything, and I love. That's another big thing we all need to remember is we're upping our veggies. So in the prep work, prep some. You know, if you like whatever you like, just clean it and chop it up and prep it
Put
up.
it in a huge Ziploc, and then you can just grab
Yeah.
a handful and
Make
do it.
One
Yeah.
Paula's dips, and or you could even, make just avocado, scoop avocado, or eat it plain, whatever, or that everything but the bagels stuff.
Yeah, yummy.
Celery. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
So
good.
good.
So, anyway, all right, cool. Sandy, how about you?
Well, I very good news. I'm not a veggie girl, so it's a whole new, and I'm really enjoying hanging out in the veggie aisle. It's really fun because
Mhm.
things there that I've never tried. But I quit the sugar immediately, like I said I was going to do, which is weird because I love sugar. But I noticed something, and it was almost instant. It was Saturday afternoon. But after I noticed something because
What's happening?
She's breaking up.
I just muted myself because I wanted to see if that was me, but
She's breaking up.
Yeah, you were breaking up real bad, Sam. We could. I don't know if.
Let me try again.
Oh,
Okay.
there you are. That's
all
not
right,
good.
Okay.
better. That's way better.
So I basically had planned on having, I didn't really eat sugar on Friday, and I planned on going to Nugget and getting something, but I didn't do it. So by Saturday afternoon, I had a really interesting experience. And that was, that low grade angst that you have when you're stressed out? I did not have it, and it has not come back. And so every time I've wanted something I really shouldn't have, I just tell myself I don't want to feel that. And because sugar makes you anxious, it really does.
Mhm.
It's,
Like aggro.
yeah. So anyway, so it's been 3 days for me, and it hasn't been a fight, not seriously, and I'm taking less insulin already because so I just want to share that with everyone because I'm really
That's
excited.
awesome.
That's so wonderful. Yay! You said you're taking less insulin already? You broke up a little bit.
Yes, I'm taking less insulin, and I'm checking my glucose all day long, and it's pretty substantial actually. So I'm very excited.
That's huge. That is so
Yay.
huge.
I know.
And I'm so
Yeah,
proud
that's
of
great
you.
news.
3 days off sugar, and
Wow.
look at you, and you're feeling okay. Like
I
you're
feel
over the hump.
okay. Other than something emotionally happened today, and I got bummed out and had to take a nap.
Alice.
Bummed, but before that, I felt amazing, like physically amazing, and I don't feel that low grade stress that you feel all the time on sugar. And I never knew I was feeling it. And
Right.
I wrote a journal today where I just owned my binging. I feel really good about that because I never told everybody like how severe it was, you know, and I mean, Rich knew because he sees the wrappers next to my bed, but as far as I'm telling, I don't think I've ever gone this long without sugar.
Yay!
But I'm in. I hold on this already, super sold because by the time we're done, I have a feeling I'll be taking much less insulin.
That's great.
I don't think I swear to God, I don't know why, but I don't think I'm a type 1 diabetic. I think I'm a type 2 diabetic. Because I went on and I read about, not that this pertains to anything really, but I read about like what people take for insulin. And the amount I take is very little compared. I mean, I have to take it often every time I eat and my blank insulin. But I think that maybe I'm going back to the doctor talking to him about it, and I'm going to talk to the specialist tomorrow because it just seems weird to me. Like, how can I go with such little insulin if I'm a type 1 diabetic?
Right.
Right.
So who knows?
So
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor, and I can't say that we have ever reversed diabetes in WildFit. But what I can say, we have had so many people go from type 2 diabetes to pre-diabetic. We've had
Well, if I was type 2, I could get off the insulin. I'm going to believe them until they tell me different.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
I got to tell you, I'm kind of questioning it because I'm taking a lot less without sugar.
if you know, that's, I mean, huge. That's so wonderful. And just that you're taking less is hopefully
I never expected to not be a diabetic. That's fine. I did expect to take less, and I'm really glad I figured it out because otherwise that would have been scary. So
oh right.
Yeah,
you
if you
So
take
that's-
too much.
take too
Right.
much
Yeah.
when your body changes.
but I'm not doing that because insulin scares the hell out of me. So
It should.
it should because it's a very gnarly drug. But it's also, you know, it saves people. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm indifferent actually about that. I'm just stoked because if I can take less of it, yay.
Right.
Yay. So were you good all weekend? Did you have any ups and
Nope.
downs? Or you were just, you've got your head so into it, Sandy. Like you're the poster child for WildFit. You jumped in 100% and your head is in it and you are doing every single thing right.
Well, quite honestly, I was desperate. I had to do this and I knew it. I just didn't know how. So that's why my head's in it because I don't really have a choice. I mean, sure, you have a choice. If I don't do it, the outcome's bad. And I know that. I mean, I also have neuropathy. My feet are going numb.
No.
And I'd like to, that's a precursor to other things. So I'd like to stop that day, start exercising, you know, which I know is, you know, not you guys require that, but I would like to. And so hopefully it will turn my health around for my babies.
Yay!
That's the goal. So anyway, I'm done, but I just wanted to share that exciting news.
I'm so excited. Like you
super
just
exciting.
made my day. I'm thrilled. Like I'm gonna go celebrate after this. I'm so excited right now.
Yay! That makes me super happy.
Yeah.
Yay!
Awesome.
Hooray!
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So Paula, are you ready?
Yeah.
What's your good news?
Well, first of all, I decided that I would start Sunday, and I think that's probably going to be common for me because I wanted to go through my cupboards and, you know, everything. And I was amazed that sugars in frozen peas, I know peas themselves are sweet, but they put sugar in it. Fish sauce, hoisin, oyster sauce, mayonnaise. I mean, it was just amazing.
Everything.
So I gave away 2 bags of food because, you know, we do a lot of stuff with cooking for homeless. And then when I finished the other 2 cupboards, I had 2 more bags of food. So I made a second run. It was a little unnerving, actually, to have so much food. I did keep a couple things and eat them. I had some store-bought yogurt, and I had a little of that. Not very much of anything, just what was left in a container. Couldn't give it away, and I didn't want to throw it away. I craved salt. And so today when I watched the video, I thought, oh, okay, that's the water. That was really interesting because I wasn't craving sugar, but I was craving salt. And my snack when I kind of felt something, probably low blood sugar was my thought, was raw unsalted peanuts. And that put an end to that. And I shook out a cup of them, but I only ate about half of it and I was done. I was happy with that. So I feel good about it. My sleep has not been that great, but our weather took a dramatic turn. So it's 28 degrees tonight, and that's nothing like where you are, but for us in Lake Elsinore, that's like, what?
Yeah.
So tonight I had to go wrap a pipe again that all the stuff had kind of broken away. So tonight and tomorrow were really cold. And so that was really good because later on tonight, I'm going to make a big pot of a vegetable soup, and I'll make some for me, and then the rest of it will go over to the homeless crew tomorrow. So other than that, it's gone pretty good. I haven't had too much stress about it. I just decided that for me, the buffer zone is probably going to begin on Sunday rather than Saturday, because I kind of need a day to go through, kind of surveying my crops.
Right. It's some time
Yeah.
to go shopping and plan what you're going to eat for the week and all that.
Exactly.
Good. So, and you're keeping up on your Alka-Geyser. Are you still doing the...
My Alka-Geyser, I've always done a lot. I do,
Yeah.
Probably 20 ounces a day. I
And
do
you're
a
still
lot
doing
more
it?
than 12.
You're not
Yeah.
feeling... You're having enough
No.
room for your fruit now?
Well, I increased the fruit for another reason. A friend of mine has an orange tree, and he gave me a huge bag of oranges. And so I have squeezed 8 oranges. That's a lot of oranges. And then have a pear or something, blueberries. So I ate the fruit till about 10. My water's gone back up. It was down for a while, but it's gone back up. I have no problem with either way, either the Alka-Geyser with an apple in it or a mango, or with no fruit. Either way is fine. I'm comfortable with either way. In fact, I kind of was happy to see that jalapeno pepper because I want a little spice. I miss a little spice. So that was good. But I'm hungry for food probably about 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, I want to eat something. And I have an advantage being retired because I can make it fresh every day. It doesn't really matter when I eat for the most part. I don't have to do a lunch, you know what I mean? I don't have a lunch hour, and I'm not preparing dinner or snacks for kids coming home or something like that. So in some ways, that makes it easier for me to adjust to what I'm actually feeling and to take that moment to decide where I'm fitting in the 6 hungers, which is what. And so, that's worked pretty well for me. A couple of times I thought I was hungry and I was just thirsty.
Did you have any really hard times fighting, the little devil? Did you struggle?
Not really. I think I am more. I want cheese. There's other things I want. I like savory.
Yeah.
More than sweet. I do the once a month birthday parties, and I don't usually make a cake. I usually order the cake, and I make the ice cream, but I don't have to eat that. I have another one coming up. So, for the ice cream, I didn't throw away the baker's sugar I have because I use it in the ice cream. But I'm not really a sweet person. Every once in a while I want chocolate mousse or something like that, but it's pretty rare. I tend to want the more savory, salty stuff.
I just want you to know that you are a sweet person.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I think I just have to watch some of that because I'm so surprised. I was really surprised that a bag of frozen peas had sugar in it.
Mm-hmm.
That just threw me. I'm used to canned having, and as it was, I gave away probably 20 cans of food. Some of the beans, have sugar in them. And I like chickpeas, and they had sugar in them. Oh,
weird. That's weird.
Even like bone broth or vegetable broth, it's been like organic vegetable broth. I found sugar in it. So if you don't make it yourself, read every single label.
Yeah.
Every label, yeah.
Yeah.
Those bouillon cubes, Sandy.
But then you start.
Already figured that out, and I'm bummed.
You're gonna have to get some chicken broth.
You start learning what brands or what specific items. You'll just start learning which ones are in your area or which places you can go to get what you like made the way you like it.
And I make the broths. I make a vegetable broth. In fact, I even make a fish broth. Like if I have clams or shrimp or something, I save all of that and make a fish stock. And, I make two kinds of chicken stock. One is the Chinese with ginger, onion, and rice wine in it. And the other one is the standard with carrots, onions, bay leaf, celery in it. But, and the veg, in fact, in the alkagizer, I've been using the liquid left over from cooking my beets instead of putting water in it. Yeah, so it adds a little sweetness and flavor, but it's just natural.
And sometimes people will think, oh, it's really expensive to be buying all these healthy foods and whatnot, but you start to realize, first of all, you're not buying all the other crap food, so you're saving a bunch of money there, and you start learning things like that. You can make your own chicken stock, you can make your own veggie stock, and it's actually super easy. And for those of you that are working during the day and you don't want to make dinner at home, get a crock pot. You can throw in a chicken and some carrots and potatoes with a little broth and spice it up, and you've got dinner ready when you come home. Or I throw chard in, and there's so many different things, and you don't have to have a recipe. Just throw in whatever you have and let it cook. And when you put it on low, when you come home, your house smells all yummy, and you've got a nice hot meal. Or you can make soup in it. Like, I've never really had formal training cooking. It's just more of a throw together what you have. But we should really, I meant to post some recipes this weekend, and I'm sorry I didn't get to that. I need to sit down with Morgan, because soups are so easy to make, and crock pot is the easiest thing in the world. It literally takes like 10 minutes prep, and you come home and you don't have to do anything.
I need a good mayonnaise recipe.
Oh,
I don't get what?
Yeah, I'll post one.
I got one. What do you do it? Can you do it in a regular blender?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do it in the blender, and the reason I do it in the blender, I have the bullet, and I really like the bullet, but you can't pour the oil in slowly, and I need to pour that oil in slowly so it warms up properly. Yeah.
Oh, good news. Homemade Caesar salad. Oh, if you can handle the raw egg, it fits within our diet.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, you can eliminate cheese if you're doing that, but
right now we can still have cheese, right?
Yeah, you're eating. Yeah, you're only.
It gets eliminated.
We're only taking out sugar.
And you can change recipes as we take things out. You can still make the same things and adjust them, the mayo is awesome. I've never seen any mayo that doesn't have like canola oil and sugar and all these, even
Mhm.
like the healthy ones supposedly or the organic ones. I've never found one, even the ones that are olive oil. It's not. It's like olive oil is like the third, like canola oil and
How long can you keep mayonnaise that you make homemade?
I
You
think
can, yeah,
I think
yeah,
it
you
lasts.
need to use really good eggs. The eggs have to be really, really good because
then
you got a raw egg. You got to know what you're doing there. But you can keep it in the refrigerator. I only make a small jar at a time, but you can keep it in, as long as it's refrigerated. You can keep it easily for 10 days or 2 weeks.
Right. That's what I was going to say, probably about a week or two. But yeah, I get farm fresh eggs. I'm totally lucky, but I bet you guys can find them. Or I would highly suggest getting the free range. I mean, just researching where your eggs come from, because that's another big thing for me is how the animals are treated. It's
Right.
pretty sad.
Yep.
So I know that it's really hard living in a city, but if there's any way possible, it's if you could get it at farmers market or something, and the quality is so the taste is it's totally different than store bought, but get what you can
Does it take a
Yeah.
while to get used to it?
to get.
Mayonnaise?
No, I prefer it.
It's really good.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
I can't even stand regular mayonnaise anymore. This like the fresh, and you can spice it up. Like I'll make it really mustardy, or I'll do
Yeah.
martinis, or spice it up with different like chipotle. Yeah, there's yeah, I put like fresh basil and curry in it. It's so delicious. Just that on some chicken too.
Nice.
Mixed in.
Like dill sounds like it would be
Ooh.
delicious. Dilly mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I also use it as a base when like I want a creamy salad dressing.
Whoa.
If you could
Mhm.
make Caesar, or you could just use it like a base, add more stuff to it and make it more like a creamy dressing, make it more vinegary.
Because in the last couple of days, I've been having a lemon dressing. Delicious, but I'm a cream dressing kind of gal. So
Avocados are great for a creamy salad dressing also.
Mhm.
Mixing the avocado in with, whatever. But yeah, thanks, Paula, for sharing that. The homemade mayonnaise is awesome because it just, I don't know, if some people don't like mayo, but it just adds, if you're a sauce person, it's kind of just a really great thing as a base. You guys are all doing so incredible. I'm so proud of all of you. I mean, some of you were a little kind of seemed hesitant and a little scared in the beginning, but we're going to start seeing results now. We're going to start seeing people feeling good. And like Eric said, some people might start losing weight. Don't be alarmed. This right now we're not in weight loss at all right now. Some people start doing it if that's what you're looking for. But people are starting to have more energy and are starting to sleep better. Like this is where things start getting good from here on out. Some of you are probably still bloated from all the stuff last week or the amount of fruit that we're taking in, but just trust that this is kind of the prep and we're just leading you up to all of it and making it, I mean, not that it's super easy, but the last time you went off sugar, I would hope that it was probably a lot harder. I would think that it was a lot harder than now. So
I went off sugar when I was pregnant because that's when I had diabetes. And
Yeah.
I was good because I was caring for my child, of course. And I noticed that when that happened, I noticed that I really, really cares that I noticed they became like my candy bars. But since then, I haven't been off of sugar in 23 years.
Wow.
3 days, 3 whole days you've been clean of sugar. That's so great. That's like the hardest part. Like it's gonna be easy from here on. Like
Well, I usually visit friends or do anything do that, but I've been by his house twice.
we just lost you.
What
Oh.
happened?
I usually don't go out and visit my friends or anything, but I've been to Andrea's twice,
Hey.
Uh-huh.
That's great.
which is probably a shock to her because I don't do that very often. It's not that I didn't want to, it's just I literally sit and think about everything I want to do, and now I'm starting to do it.
Yay.
Pretty
Mhm.
soon,
Yay.
pretty soon, Sandy's gonna be planning her North American tour.
There you go.
She's gonna be rocking the U.S.
I think the first ladies I'm going to end up visiting is down south.
Yay!
Yay.
You guys are like, we didn't invite you. I just
Come on down. We're gonna go to Paula's house and she's gonna cook for us.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You guys
That's
are always
awesome.
welcome here. If anybody ever wants to come to Colorado, my home is always open. It'll be done in the spring, so just a few more months and it will be.
Yippee.
That's so exciting, Mel.
I know.
It's pretty exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So you guys are all right on track. I mean, everybody's drinking their water, doing their appetizer, eating their fruit. Make sure you get your veggies, extra veggies. Prep. That's the biggest thing. And keep talking. I mean, all of you are paying attention to your little dialogues that you're having, and that's great. I'm super happy about that.
And Melanie, you're doing a great job.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Yeah,
Sandy.
you are.
Mhm.
Very
Yeah.
much.
I love how much interaction there is on Facebook too. I love that you guys are reaching out to each other and supporting each other and pulling each other through the hard times. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better group. You guys are awesome.
I want to apologize that I'm not on there much. I'm not very I read it all, and I don't know how to say anything but like. So if it's something I want to send a heart to, I send nothing because I don't know how to do.
Push it
So-
and hold it down.
What?
Go click on like, but just hold your finger on the like, and the other one
Thank
will pop
you.
up.
Thank you.
Oh,
And then you can pick like angry face or cry face or heart
Or
or
laughing.
laughing
There's no
or-
like super happy face though. There's just not enough choices.
but you know it's there if you need to reach out, right, Sandy? And some people
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
stalking.
Yeah.
I'm stalking it all the time, and I just really started liking things. But I backed out of social media a couple of years ago. I mean, I kept my Facebook, but I'm not all over it at all. But I'm excited about our page, and I like that it's private. That matters to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want everyone knowing I'm out there.
people can't even see. I mean, since we put it on private, people can't even see that there's even that this even exists. They don't even know that there's such a group. It's just
That makes me happy.
anonymous. Yeah.
Does anyone know how Justine is doing?
she she was taking care of her mom, and then she caught whatever her mom had, and now they're both sick. But Justine said she's grateful that she's not as sick as her mom is. So anyway, I told her I was sorry that she was sick and that I would let everybody know, and that hopefully we'll see her next time.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm not sure how she's doing with the I don't know what she's eating or if she's doing this, I didn't ask her because when you're sick, I don't want to be like, so did you do your Alka-Jizer?
Exactly.
Did you blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
I just wanted to ask her if she was okay. So if she was whatever, we'll find out, And does she go on the I didn't notice if she had gone on the Facebook page or not.
I know
I
she
thought this,
has been on. I didn't see recently, but I know
Okay,
she's been
right.
definitely been on it. But yeah, it's this time sucks right now. This whole sickness that's going around. It just
Hmm.
oh man. It
Yeah,
just,
Iris just had it. This was her second time being sick this season. Iris is my daughter.
Wow.
Yeah, she's 24, but she got it. Whatever it
well,
is.
spring is right around the corner. We're
Yes.
out in the
Darn
sunshine soon, and all healthy and feeling good, getting some sun.
It couldn't come soon enough.
And all the good fruit will be there, and we'll be like, darn it, I can't have any watermelon.
I know. That's why
Whatever.
I told Rich that my apricot tree better produce this year because I'm gorging on apricots.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Ooh.
You know, you could freeze them and dry them and la 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 la
That's
la.
what I
So
was gonna do.
hopefully,
We
yeah.
got a dehydrator, so Rich has been making
Mhm.
beef jerky. He's
Yeah.
making his own jerky because he
Oh,
doesn't.
nice. Very
That's
nice.
another thing. He was making it in the oven, but all the beef jerkies, everyone has sugar in it. He couldn't find anything, so
You
he
got to make your own.
takes it to work, and it's his little treat. So there's
I
another.
I want the rest. I love.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll have him write it down.
That would
He's
be wonderful.
Yeah, he's been using soy sauce, but I like the coconut aminos because it's. But he likes his with the soy sauce, and he likes spicy too sometimes, but he does it different ways. But
Well, the spicy one sounds great.
Yeah.
he mix and matches all the time. He does different stuff, but I'll have him give you like the basic, and then and then different ideas of what he does. But do you have a dehydrator, or do you want like the
I
oven?
do. I
Okay,
do.
cool. So anybody that wants to make it also, if you see it, you can just put it in the oven on like 200 or 150 or
200,
something, and just let it cook overnight, and it dehydrates it that way if you don't have a dehydrator. He made it.
Well,
Well,
what about it?
I
What about?
I like the oven idea because I get freaked out about having meat in a dehydrator for a long time.
Yeah.
You use it for your fruit and veggies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a huge apricot tree, so you guys should come when that produces, because I'm gonna have so many freaking apricots.
We can be like the Bushmen and we'll all go out and eat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna
What did you
dehydrate
say?
mine too. I'm saving it.
we'll be at the bush in Colorado Bush.
Exactly. Okay, does anyone have anything else they want to share, or any questions, or any input?
I have two things.
Yes.
Talking about a crock pot, I also have an Instapot, and it's actually the crock pot Instapot. So it's a crock pot, yogurt maker, rice maker, Instapot, everything. It does everything. And so, like,
Oh.
I made the boiled eggs in there today, and it took 5 minutes.
Oh,
And-
wow.
Yeah, and I did baked potatoes tonight for my husband and stuff, and I put in kind of whatever you get in the bag, so about 6 or 8 of the potatoes in there, and took 12 minutes. Now, all those times also include whatever it takes to get to pressure, then cook, and then pressure release. But I literally,
it's
it took
like
me
a
10
pressure
minutes to
cooker.
do eggs, and I walked away, and the eggs just did their own thing, and they just peeled right apart. So, highly recommend
Perfect.
getting on that Instapot bandwagon.
Instant-
Because
It's called the Instapot.
instant pot, like pressure cooker. So it's an instant pot, and that's the big brand that everybody's like, oh, you got to get that one. Well, at Christmas time, the crock pot version was way cheaper, like $50 cheaper. So we got that one, and so I've crock potted in there, and then it has a saute feature, so like you can saute your chicken in it, then do the pressure
I like
cooking,
that.
and it's all in one pot.
Nice.
It's fabulous. So I'll post a link to that on Facebook. And then, Andrea, when you were talking about the pistachios, I live right like 2 miles away from a nut farm called Bates Nut Farm, and they have bazillions of nuts. So while we were talking, I quickly went on, and they have salt and pepper pistachios, shelled. So I will go down. I posted the link, but I will go down and I will check their sugar content. And if you want some, I will ship them out to you. Melanie, if you want some, I'll get some out to you. whatever it takes to like little cravings that we need and those little somethings.
And
If it has
ask the
no sugar, I'll
guys
get it.
if they'll make it without sugar. Maybe they will.
I will find out. Yeah.
What's
because
what's that brand?
it's called Bates Nut Farm. It's an actual nut farm here, and it's got like a gift shop and stuff. So I put the link on our Facebook thing, so you'll have the link
Nice.
to the store. I think you can order
Okay.
online as well. But yeah, and they have, you know, the almonds, cashews, walnuts. They have all the basic nuts, and then the weird nuts, and then all sorts of. They make jam and they make fudge, and it's kind of like the only thing we have in town that people like come visit. You know, so it's actually really, really cool. But if that's what you guys, if you find it and that's what you guys like, then let me know, and you know, I'll ship that out to you guys, because whatever little
Aw.
snack is
That's
Get it.
very
Oh, that's
sweet.
great.
That's
Yeah.
so nice.
Thank you, Andy. That's so sweet.
gonna, you're very welcome.
And so, did you get both your things?
Yep, those
Yes,
are my
the
two
crock
things.
pot and the nuts.
Yep.
All right, ladies. So, if any of you feel like you want to get together during the week and just get together, share recipes, talk about our emotional things, anything at all, just let us know on Facebook. Say, hey, do you want to get together Wednesday? Or if we can have people that want to do it, absolutely. Even if it's one person that wants to do it, I'm happy to do it. So stay, you know, talk to each other. And I think it would be kind of fun to have a little recipe share or something, just to, because sometimes it's fun to read, to talk about it. We could share our recipes online, but then kind of give little pointers on how we prepare it also. So, or just to talk to each other. So let's stay in touch, and everybody, we'll see you on Friday, if not.
Okay, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.